Hey guys, so I am filming my first ever Q&A slash get to know me video. I figured it was kind of fitting just because I am back in this room where it all started. So I do have my pen because I have my little notebook, not little, but I have my notebook where I wrote down a couple of questions, and then on my phone I have some questions that I screenshotted from my Instagram Q&A. Like, I just posted a photo and I was like, hey, I'm going home. For those of you that want to ask me any questions, please feel free to do so. So for the future, you can communicate with me through there because I actually am very responsive through Instagram, more so than I am through YouTube, just because I am on that app a lot more. So yeah, follow me on there for future like Q&A type things. I don't know. So these are just a couple of ones that I've gotten kind of repetitively throughout my videos. And so my name is Nina Huynh. When I first started my YouTube channel, I was like, I need a cool name for my channel. So somehow I came up with Usually Suspect. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean. Also, my dad just started drilling downstairs, so I think I was going off of like Usual Suspect. I think it's supposed to mean, I don't know. I was just looking at puns or something. I like came back to it after a couple years and I was like, that means nothing to me. I want a channel that resembles who I am. And so I settled for Neens, and Neens has been my nickname for the longest time. So I am really happy with the name that I settled with because it is very simple, to the point. I'm gonna ask my dad to stop drilling. Okay, where was I? Sorry, I just had to ask my dad to just put a pause on the drilling for about an hour just so I can finish filming. Yeah, so that is my full name. My full name is Nina Huynh. I do have a middle name, but you guys don't need to know that. I am 21 years old, finally legal everywhere in the world. It is wonderful. I am majoring in sociology, minoring in critical studies in sexuality at University of British Columbia. I have gotten that question a lot. It is very nice, I think, just to know that like people do care about what I'm studying. So I am fully Vietnamese. Both my parents are fully Vietnamese. I do have some Chinese up in there somewhere. I have like maybe, I think it's like Cambodian. I have some Cambodian, but like very small amount. I was born in Toronto. We moved to San Francisco when I was very young, and I was raised in San Francisco here. Not in this house, actually, in an apartment in the Tenderloin. And I have lived here up until now. I am in Vancouver. That's where I spend most of my time. I am only home about 20 days out of the entire year, and after that, who knows? So I get this question a lot, and I figure that it's probably because some of you out there want to start your own channels, which I highly recommend you do. But I have a, let's see, it is, sorry, I'm just reading it right now. It is a Canon Rebel T5i. The lens that I'm using is just the one that came with the Canon. I don't actually know what that is. If I'm reading it off the lens right now, it says Canon zoom lens EFS 1855 millimeter, and then a bunch of random numbers. I don't know if that's relevant to anyone, but yeah, so that is the camera that I am using. That is all like the base questions that I kind of get throughout my channel. And moving on to my Instagram Q&A. Thank you so much for everyone that did ask me questions. I didn't get a whole ton, but I kind of anticipated that because I'm not actually sure how many people on my Instagram actually watch my YouTube videos, but I do appreciate everyone that did ask me questions. Thank you. So the first one came from Calm Juice Box, and she said, hi, this is a question for your Q&A video. How and why did you end up going to Canada for college? Also, your videos are awesome. Thanks. Thank you, Calm Juice Box. So I ended up going to Canada for a couple of reasons, but for me personally, I am dual citizen, so that means I am both Canadian and American. So having dual citizenship means that going to school in Canada, I pay domestic, which is dope. For those of you guys that are living in America, you know that college is expensive, so when it came down to it, it was really financial. It was either I go to University of British Columbia or I go to Occidental. I got the most aid from Occidental, but I also, like, just the domestic rate in Canada was just, it kind of equaled out to being about the same. It's about 20,000, I want to say, per year, and that's still pretty expensive, but a lot cheaper than a lot of the other schools that I applied to, because I applied to a lot of private universities. And I never had a first choice school, but I was the most excited to get an acceptance letter from UBC. Like I remember it coming in the mail and I was so excited, and looking back when I was trying to make my decision, that is kind of what indicated to me that I want to go there. That was just my gut telling me that UBC was the place for me. So yeah, that is how I ended up going there for college. Okay, next question is from Tara Fro. Nina, I love your channel. Thank you. A question for your Q&A. What is your favorite movie of all time? Okay, so since I've gotten this question, I've thought about this a lot, and for some reason this has been the most like frustrating question for me to answer, because honestly I don't know. I enjoy a lot of genres. I love animated movies, I love comedies, rom-coms, action, what have you. So based on movies that I come back to over and over and over again, that's the thing, there isn't one. I'm not really big on rewatching movies, so that's kind of a hard indicator, but I definitely do watch them where I'm like, damn, that was great. So let me think. Okay, I'm just gonna name a couple for you guys. So I really enjoy Kill Bill. I enjoy the first one more than the second one. Really hope that there's gonna be a third one, but I really enjoy the Kill Bill series. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Let's just mix it up a little bit. When this movie came out, it was my favorite. I've watched it so many times. Hoodwinked. I know that now watching the animation, it is so boot, but when that movie came out, oh my god, I watched it so many times. Ooh, on that same thread, Monsters Inc. all-time fave. Monsters University. Oh my god, that movie was so funny. Love it. Shrek. Okay, yeah, so that's like all animated. I do watch some other like, you know, like more meta, really artsy films that would make me seem a lot cooler. Can't think of any, so I'm just gonna stick with those animated ones. So thank you, Tara, for that question. You really got me going on that one. The next one I got from Emily and Egret. So she asked, what do you use for your skin? So thank you for that question. I actually do get that kind of a lot. I am very basic. I used to be that kind of person that was like toner, like scrub, face wash, mask, like all of that, and I really enjoy that. Like I love doing like a whole routine for my face, but to be honest, I don't really need all of that, and so all I use is Cetaphil and a moisturizer. The moisturizer that I'm using right now is Skin Shangri-La from Lush, but prior to that it was like a Dior Snow moisturizer, and that was pretty good too. It's just obviously really expensive, and I'm not working for Dior anymore, so can't afford that. So yeah, that is what I use for my face at the moment, but watch out for a video at some point soon, because I will be making one with all the products that I do use, including scrubs and stuff like that. Okay, so next question that I received is from Genevieve Smith 03. She asked, how do you stay organized and manage time, and what is your favorite thing to do to pass time? So I have tried so many methods over the years. I use written planners, like paper planners. I don't have mine now because I am back home on vacation, but I've used numerous different planners and those work pretty well, except I end up writing everything in there, like my to-do things, my events that I have to go to, meetings I have to go to, meal plans, and so it ends up getting really messy. But I do recommend writing stuff down somewhere, so whether it be in a planner or a notebook. I can never remember everything that I have to do off the top of my head, and when I'm not using a planner or anything, then I do tend to double book people, which is really bad. Her second question was, what is your favorite thing to do to pass time? And to be honest, it is making YouTube videos. I don't have a lot of free time. I have school, I have work, and I have a social life. Like, I came home from all my finals and I was like, yes, I finally have time to just knock some stuff over. I finally have time to just relax and do stuff for me, and so I went straight to editing videos, and it doesn't feel like work, even though it is so much work. That is my favorite thing to do. Kind of as sad as it is, it's just more work. So yeah, thank you for your questions, Genevieve. The last question that I got from my Instagram Q&A is from Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. You guys have seen him in my A Week in My Life. If you haven't seen that already, check it out. I am really proud with how that turned out. He is the one that was dancing a lot, the person that is not me dancing a lot. He asked, how do you think being a YouTuber has changed and will change your life? This is actually a really good question because honestly, like, this is all very timely. I'm about to hit 10,000 subscribers, which is unreal. I did not think that I would get here in this short amount of time. When I started, I had about 100, 200 subscribers, and that was after I was making beauty videos. And I felt like when I was making those videos, I wasn't really expressing myself in the way that I wanted to. I was kind of just miming it and doing the motions that other people do on YouTube, and just kind of, I was another face out there. There wasn't anything that I was really showing you that was me. And I keep saying, like, over the past couple of years, I kept saying I'm gonna go back to it, I'm gonna keep doing YouTube again, like I really enjoy doing it, whatever. And I do, I really love doing this, but I was never super proud of the work that I put out, and that is just because I wasn't really being myself. I was being a version that I thought you guys wanted to see, like somebody that you guys wanted to see. And so YouTube has given me a place to be creative and to really be myself. There are no words to describe how amazing that's been, because YouTube has given me this outlet. And I know that so many other YouTubers say this, but really, like, I don't think until you are in this position, until you're putting out content and then having it received well, you can really understand what that feels like. And I didn't come to YouTube for acceptance. That's not why I'm here. I am here so that I can put out content that I am proud of and that are helpful for you guys. I don't want to put out anything that's generic, which is what I was doing before. I want to put out stuff that really comes from the bottom of my heart, and I want to talk to you guys. I want to share with you my life so that in some way it can help you, either by brightening up your day or giving you like advice that you never really thought of, or providing some other kind of outlook or worldview. That is why I am on YouTube, and that is how it's changed my life. So guys, that is it. That is the end of my get to know me, Q&A, what have you. Thank you so much for everyone that asked me questions. For those of you guys that did want to know anything else about me, I will probably make another Q&A in some time. I hope that you guys have a wonderful new year, and I hope that 2017 is good to all of us. I know we all deserve a good year, but you know what? You are a stronger, better, kinder person because of everything that has happened to you. So don't forget that. Don't ever think of failure as failure. Just think of it as a learning opportunity, and you will be fine. You will be fine no matter what you do. So I hope that 2017 is good to you, and I will see you very soon.